Hi, this is Mrs. Valent. I'm going to go through showing you how to put a toy on, actually to render, to apply materials and appearances to a design like this toy and export out like a JPEG or a PNG for your portfolio. Okay, so here I've just modeled in the previous video just a toy truck, very simple toy truck. The next step is applying materials. I might just turn my origin planes off, collapse this together, origin off. If I wanted to do that here, I certainly could. Under modify, I have two options. I can apply a physical material or just appearance. The difference being a physical material actually includes properties of the material. So like if you were going to do a stress test or a simulation of strength or anything like that, it would actually simulate that particular material. Whereas appearance is like just painting a surface on the outside, which suits for our purposes because we're not doing any particular material testing. All right, so if we choose appearance, it comes up with a dialogue, a little library. Here it is. It's sort of collapsed over to the side here. And if you scroll down, you'll see that there's things like wood and wood solid, and you can go into those. Oh, just got to click once. So if I wanted to go a finished timber, and maybe I'm going to go a semi-gloss ash, you'll notice that it's got this little arrow. I haven't actually used that before, so I've actually got to download it to use it, and it takes a little moment. It's got a little arrow saying it's downloaded. Now it's done, so I can apply that to my truck, and it looks pretty cool actually. If I wanted to go for a contrast now, maybe if I found some semi-gloss, let's say it looks like Jarrah, so that's what I've got available here at school, or cherry. Let's apply that and see what that looks like. Oh, got to download it. I'll just move all of this over. There we go, moving it over. Okay, so it's downloaded. So I should be able to apply that. Now, the reason it applies to just that one unique thing is because I made each one of these a unique component. So I'm just going to put it on my wheels. This looks pretty good. I like a bit of contrast timber. So I'm going to use my Pacific maple for my body and some Jarrah wheels. Now, the axle, I'm going to let's just say we're going to have it as a timber, and I was considering doing as metal, but because it's exposed outside here, I find that that might be a little too dangerous for a child. So I'm just going to have a timber, well, maybe just a timber axle. So that's fine. So I'll also apply my, I've just got to make sure I choose the right thing. There it is, the 3D ash semi-gloss, and make sure I only apply it to that one element. So there you go. It looks pretty good actually. Now just sure to hit save. Yeah. The one thing about this is that you could do a screenshot here, you could go forward, but there's a better way to actually render this out. So under design, you've got this thing called render. So this render workspace. So if you go into the render workspace, you can actually do a little bit more with the scene settings. So at the moment, we've got like a little gray background, things like that. So scene settings, and you can see in there the background color. I can change that to more of a white and hit apply. It looks a little bit better. Okay. And you can see it's solid color. I could do a gradient. I could even do, let's go environment. Probably not. Let's see, camera perspective. So you can see if that was just orthographic, which is actually isometric in this circumstance. Yeah, so it looks good. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll just leave it there. It looks good. I'm happy. I don't think I'm going to go too much further. Yeah, there's some things you can play with, but I think it starts getting a little bit funny. So brightness, huh? Ooh, it's a bit crazy. All right, so now if I'm happy, I can do just a render. So I can hit just this teapot render, which I think is probably the best way to do it. Make sure you choose local render. You don't want to do it to the cloud. You might want to change it from a PNG JPEG, just because JPEGs just give us a little less grief, even though they're not quite as high quality. The rest looks good. I'm going to hit render. And what it will do is it will create a little JPEG of our image down, which you can import back into your portfolio. And it looks pretty amazing. So it's just rendering that out. So this is definitely the best way to create a render out of Fusion 360 of your toy. So it's nearly done. So I'm keen to see what it looks like. There we go. That looks great. Okay. And here we can download, and I can just pop it onto my computer to upload into the portfolio. So that's that. Okay. Thank you.